and they're all the same length, yes? What was your name again? Jackie, you're going to be a tough one tonight. All right, I'll prove it to you tonight. I'm an entertainer. I'm so used to tonight. It's morning. Here, watch. 1, 2, 3 pieces of rope. Now they look like they're the same length. The ends do. I didn't say it was a great illusion. I just said it was an old illusion. All right, we'll do this for real. Here we go. Thousands of years old. Still looks good. Yeah. That's the, did I hear that's not fair? What was that? That's the big one right there from the beginning. That's the medium one right there. That's the small one right there. Now there's too many things going on, right? 3 ropes, 2 hands, 10 fingers. I'm going to get rid of one of the pieces of rope. It'll be easier to follow with only 2, won't it? Maybe I should just start over with 1 and be a little bit simpler with only 1. Sometimes the ends come off, which is a little unusual. I'll give you that, but I'll do that again there in case you missed it there at the back. If I take the ends off the wrong side, I have to come back up here and put them back on the right side. Then there's people who think I can get rid of the ends completely. That's true. Have you ever seen a solid loop of rope? Just say no. Otherwise there's weird follow-up questions. Here, yell out the word stop anytime. Oh, right there, I'm going to grab the ends from my pocket, place them back on the rope. We're back in business. Check that out. Is that still what it seems to be? That is ordinary rope. You can buy that at any ordinary magic shop. So glad you're here. Here's what some people think. They think that what I'm doing is I must be using static electricity, right? Like when you're a kid, rub a little static there, then the ends would join right back together. It's a good thing I carry extra ends down here in my pocket, almost as if I've done this before. Some people think that this trick is all about the ends. That's not true. The middles, those come off too. I can place the middles right here, place them back on the rope. We're back in business. But you guys know this trick wasn't done with 1 piece of rope. It wasn't even done. Do you know how many pieces it was done with? Do you remember from the beginning? It was done with not 2, but 2 of us watched Sesame Street. That was perfect. 3 of us watched Sesame Street. Yes, that's the big one right there from the beginning. That's the medium one right there. That's the small one right there. Can you tell which one's which from the beginning? Can you tell? You see, this is the big one. That's the big one. That's the medium one. That's the small one. Little illusion to get things started. Now we're going right back to where we started. We're going to hand this one to you, hand this one to you, hand this one to you. Hello, my friend. What's your name? Poppy, very nice to meet you. We're going to have you toss these in for me. Toss it in there, all the way in, yep, all the way in, yep. There you go, yeah, that's good. Now let's choke. Yeah. You're going to toss that in. Toss that in. All 3 ropes into the bag. They are all going to become 1 solid rope. Yes. Yes. Okay, they're not a solid rope, but they tied themselves together. That's not, I mean, maybe it's not a miracle, but all right, I'll tell you what, just nobody's impressed. They're like, yeah, we did. Grandma does that at Thanksgiving. What about it? All right, you know what? We'll have to prove it to you. We'll have to prove it to you. Ready? All the kids in the room, on the count of 3, you're gonna blow at the knot in the middle. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Very good. That we're down to just 1 knot there. We'll take this one. I think we'll move that a little bit. Now, when you do this, kids are like, cool. Adults are like, that's not a thing. Here we go. We can move that knot down, 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 off, and there we go. 1 huge, big, solid plank rope. Yes. That was cool. So as you can tell, like I said, my name is Brian. It is a pleasure to be here. Over the course of this show, we're actually in a wonderful, yes, please have a seat. You'll have one of the best seats in the house. Thank you for being here. Hope you plan on volunteering. Over the course of this show, I am both a sleight of hand magician and a stage performer, and I do over 200 live events a year, literally all over the world, and I love environments like this because I get to do close-up sleight of hand that you can all see, but I can also do some of the bigger stuff for my stage shows, and it's unusual that I get to be in an environment where I can do all of those things all at once. And so I am going to get somebody who I'm not going to cater just to the front. I got some kids a little bit closer to the back here. Anybody want to help me real quick with a trick? It can be anybody in the room. It's okay, you don't have to. What was your name? Brady or Braden? Braden, can you spell that for me? Because we both got the B names.
B-R-A-Y-D-E-N.
B-R-A-Y-D-E-N. Ah, that's how I spell Brian, with the D-E-N. Here, come here, Braden. Come help me out. Come help me out with this. Come on up. Because it's a close-up magic show for the time being, it'll be a little bit bigger in a little bit. It's Braden, and how old are you? 9. That is a clown's nose. You ever played around with one of those? You got it, squeak it, it's fun. Right in the middle. That's not magic, that's a dog toy. That's seriously, you gotta do that to your friends. I used to do that to my friends, and then I ran out of friends. So true. So, Brandon, do me a favor. Put out your hand for me like that. Squeeze into that real tight. Don't let go. Hold up your hand. Power pose. Good. Did you see the Avengers yet? Don't tell anybody about it. Here we go. Ready? I'm going to grab one out of the sky. Toss this one at your hand. Open your hand. Check it out. Whoa. You thought it was going to be silly. It turned out to be amazing. Now, who do I have right here? You look fun. What's your name? What is it?
It's Burl. Burl. B-U-R-L. Burl.
Burl.
Like Burl eggs.
Burl. I feel like I'm not pronouncing it right, but I am trying to. Put out your hand, please. Squeeze under those two real tight. Hold up your hand. Braden, grab one out of the sky like I did. Toss it over there. Open up your hand. You can do it too. Yeah, all three. You see, you know. You didn't know you knew how to do that. Here's what some people think. They think I must be keeping them up my sleeves. Now, I'm not. But if I was, watch carefully, I'd have to place 1, 2, 3 over there. Then I'd have to take one out of my sleeve, move it to that hand, get rid of one from this side. That's why I'm not doing that. You would see it if I was. So like I said, if there's 2 of them over here, I'd have to take one out of there, move it to the hand, get rid of one from this side. That's why I don't do that. It would be obvious. That's the look of magic. What's real, what's not, we don't know. One last time, put out your hand for me. I'll take this one, you take those 2, squeeze real tight. Yeah, you don't trust me for nothing now. I'll take this one, toss it at your hand. You actually see it go. Give Brandon a big round of applause. Thank you very much. Now, when I was a kid, I loved magic. My dad took me to so many magic shows. I used to go to David Copperfield every year. I'm from Buffalo originally. I grew up in Buffalo. He toured through Buffalo for some reason every year when I was a kid. And I used to think, every time I saw a magic show, maybe you've seen a show maybe at a birthday party or a family event or a community event, or maybe you've gone to a theater. These days, a lot of magic, very popular again. It came back, which is wonderful. I used to think that magic was all about those big fancy boxes. You had to have the expensive boxes with all the colorful stuff on them. And as a kid, that discouraged me. I didn't think I'd be able to do magic because I didn't have that stuff. I didn't have the money for that stuff. But I realized, of course, as you can see, that that's not true. You can do magic with almost anything. And I want to show you that you can do magic with literally almost anything. This is true. My little sister, 10 years younger than me, when she was about 9 years old, she got me this for my birthday. She got me a magic wand. Now, she thought it was adorable. I thought it was, well, to be honest, I was 19. I didn't think anything of it at the time, but I've kept it all those years. Now, you can, when I was a kid, you grab a stick from anywhere and it can become a magic wand. This is really just a super fancy stick. That's all that is. And then, if you grab it's just a bowl. Like I got this at Walmart, Target, there's nothing to it. So we're going to try a little experiment. We've got the three little clown's noses here. I'm going to show you a magic trick that you can absolutely do with anything. You don't have to have these foam balls. You can grab a paper towel and you can ball 3 of those up. That'll work just fine. So kids, I'm going to need a magic word. Now this is something I don't do in most of my shows, but we got a lot of you here today. Is it going to be abracadabra or we got something more creative today? What do we got? What do you like? What's a magic word you like? What do you like? Abracadabra. We like abracadabra. All right, we're going to go with that. You're going to start us off with the abracadabra. So if I take this, I'm going to wave it in a hand. And in a second, you're going to yell abracadabra when I do that. You ready? Give it a yell. Now this is a trick that you can do with absolutely anything at home. We'll do this again. We'll do this with the second one. We give a little wave, we yell abracadabra, yes? Go like that, and discover that it can actually join right there. Now we'll do it one more time for you. One more time. We take it, we give it a little wave, we give it a little squeeze, it disappears and it shows up back underneath. Now we're going to try to do a little bit of math here. I know that scares people, but I actually ended up getting a math degree, which I know sounds like a joke, but it's not. Trust me, it wasn't funny. So, I have a math degree. So we're going to do some magic math. If I have 3 of them and I take 1 away, how many would be left? How many would be left? There will be 2 if that was math, but this is magic, right? So there's all 3 left. We'll do that again. If I take 1 away, there should be, how many left? Right, there should be 3 again, exactly. If I take all 3 away, how many are left? 3. No, a line, exactly. That's that's a lime, and that's a lemon. It's magic math. I don't know what to tell you. That's.